Teddy Roosevelt was born October 27, 1858 in New York, New York.
Theodore would be ill from his chronic asthma attacks, but he still lived an adventurous life while he grew up. His father even helped Theodore become more physically fit by setting up a gym in his house for himself.
Teddy's father was also the first to suggest that Teddy needed glasses, which only added to his disability.
Married to Alice Roosevelt, but she died a few days later after delivering their first child due to Bright's disease. He then later married Edith Roosevelt.
Theodore died on January 26, 1919 in Oyster Bar, New York. He died due to a blood clot. He was at Harvard University.
Theodore's life suddenly changed when his father was diagnosed with stomach cancer. After his father's death, Theodore changed his majors to history and government to honor his father. Theodore strove to change laws that would help others.
He figured that having a background in law would better his political life. Theodore attended Columbia University Law School, but was completely uninterested and used his spare time to write his first book, The History of the Naval War of 1812. He dropped out after a single semester.
At the beginning of his career, Theodore ran away to the Dakota Badlands to escape his depression due to the death of his mother and wife. He took on the frontier lifestyle but returned to New York to his former life.
Theodore worked at the U.S. Civil Service Commission after a failed attempt of becoming mayor. He served as commissioner until he was appointed as president of the NYC Police Department. Afterwards, President William McKinley chose Roosevelt to be Assistant Secretary of the Navy.
Service as Assistant Secretary, Theodore volunteered as the commander of cavalry group known as the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders came back from the Spanish-American War as heroes.
While he was vice president, Theodore became president due to President McKinley's assassination.
In 1905, Roosevelt formed the U.S. Forestry Service with Gifford Pinnock as the first chief.
He established 5 national parks: Crater Lake in Oregon, Philly Hill in North Dakota, Hat in North Dakota, Verde in Orlando, Green Cave in South Dakota.
The Grand Canyon is one of Theodore Roosevelt's most famous national monuments that he has protected.
In 1906 was when the Antiquities Act was passed, which allowed federal ownership of national monuments. Theodore's choice was paved for the establishment of the National Park Service.
It does. Roosevelt's president, he was able to set aside 230 million acres of land. Roosevelt was a true conservationist whose
main concern was keeping the majesty of nature and sustaining our environment.